New details this morning just made public in the murder case against the singer known as David.
Gigi joins us now with more on what prosecutors unveiled in this new court document right away. We just want to let you know these allegations are very disturbing.
They are, especially when you consider that she's basically a child,
right?
Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Prosecutors filed a brief yesterday with the evidence they say they have against singer David, whose real name, by the way, is David Burke. They detail what they describe as the horrifying steps that the singer took to dismember and then hide the body of his teenage girlfriend after they say he stabbed her to death last April.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this case concerning David Burke and Celeste Rivas, it is quite horrifying but interesting. Now, we all know that this young girl was reported missing. They then found her body in the trunk of his Tesla. We also have reports that he has some very disturbing things on his cell phone. There's also reports that during the time that he was awaiting his arrest, or the time between she got found and now, he was having parties. He was getting ready to come out with an album and things like that. He was basically living as if he was never going to get caught, as if he already got away with this heinous crime. So we're going to cover all those things in later videos, but for the sake of this video, I want to react to the Fox 11 Los Angeles news channel on YouTube. Shout out to Fox 11 Los Angeles, and they're going to detail what the prosecution found, or how they believe that David attempted to delete this woman, take her addiction to oxygen, and then dismember and discard the body, the evidence, if you will. So we're going to get into it, of course. Before we do, if you have not done so already, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you want to further contribute to the channel, become a channel member. Hit that join button down below to become a part of the channel, all right, the paying members. Also, you can hit that hype button. That would boost me in the algorithm very nicely. Or you can hit the Cash App $sign Mr. Normie. So let's listen to these wonderful news anchors detail to us how David attempted to get away with this gruesome, horrible crime.
According to the document, which outlines evidence prosecutors plan to present, the singer-songwriter placed the teenager's body after killing her in a blue inflatable pool in his garage, and this was done to keep blood off the floor. And again, this is just an allegation, but it is very difficult to hear.
I'm just reading this. Use a chainsaw, bought supplies online using an alias, stored body in an inflatable pool, as you heard, to keep, to keep the mess from getting into the house, evidence of, once again, and motive to keep Celeste quiet about the relationship. Now, the word is, according to news outlets, that, again, he was dating this younger woman, and to keep, I guess she wanted to move the relationship forward, and she was attempting to out him if he did not push the relationship forward. And so because he was pretty much in over his head at this point, and he's a well-known figure, well, now we're here.
DA's office says he removed her limbs. He dismembered her with a chainsaw, one of two that he had ordered online. They also say he ordered a shovel, a cadaver bag, and other materials using a fake name, Victoria Mendez, and had them delivered to his Hollywood Hills home after.
So he ordered this stuff, Victoria Menendez. He ordered stuff in a fake name, but still had it delivered to his house. That was smart.
The murder. They say he also ordered something called a burn cage. That's to burn evidence. The decomposed torso and head of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez were found in September inside a cadaver bag in the trunk of the Tesla that belongs to Burke. A plastic garbage bag was under the cadaver bag with her arms and legs. The prosecutors say her ring and pinky finger on her left hand, one of those fingers tattooed with Burke's name, were missing, and prosecutors say they were amputated by the singer and have never been found. The Tesla was towed to an impound lot where workers noticed a bad odor and called police. The brief also outlines a possible motive for murder. According to prosecutors, the singer wanted to silence Celeste after she threatened to go public with their relationship. Prosecutors say the pair had a sexual relationship that started when Celeste was only 13 years old.
Good God Almighty.
Ain't no fucking way.
Again, there are videos of him with her on streams and things like that. I believe he attempted to delete these things, but of course the internet's forever. So some of these clips popped up. There's also a video of her going back and forth. We know that she ran away. At one point she was found and went back home only to leave and go back to David's house. So they definitely had a relationship going. I didn't know it was, they were physical, but it does make sense in lieu of everything that's going on right now. She was falling in love with David, allegedly. She wanted to push the relationship forward, and she was allegedly going to reveal their relationship to the public. And so because of that motive, which to be fair is a good motive, if this whole thing is true, that motive makes sense. So now we're allegedly, again alleged, innocent until proven guilty, allegedly David deleted this woman because, well, again, he was in over his head in a very inappropriate and illegal relationship.
But they claim they had actually been involved since she was 11. Burke has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder and
11?
other charges, and at his April 20th arraignment, David's lawyer said the evidence will actually prove that he did not murder Celeste. Certainly some very disturbing allegations.
Yeah, in those documents, it also showed that once her parents found out about this alleged relationship, they took her cell phone away, and that he had purchased a separate cell phone to get sent to her at her school. Text messages, a lot of the evidence here. What more do we know about that?
Well, they say that Celeste had been reported missing, and when she returned home, her parents took away her cell phone. So prosecutors claim that singer David paid $1,000 to a student at her junior high school to give her a burner phone, a cell phone that he had bought for her.
If this is true, I mean, wow. Wow, their relationship was that they were in that deep that he was buying cell phones for her, basically helping her run away from home to come stay with him. By all accounts, this was a full-on relationship.
Her parents wouldn't know about, and that he went to all this trouble.
For
and
years.
by that point, they claim he knew she was a minor. Because she had been reported missing, and because parents thought she was in this relationship with David, they had sent the sheriff's department to do a welfare check.
Right.
And they told David, hey, she's only 13 years old. And he said, oh, I had no idea. I thought she was over 18. And they say that the cell phone that he gave her was after he knew that she was a minor.
Wow. And so they're doing these like digital forensics now. They're combing through all the.
And yeah, I'm sorry, I made no mistake. This man, Ben, knew she was underage. And if he didn't and he continued on the relationship, shame on him. Either way, he's wrong.
Pictures, they even said that there was child pornography on this phone. Anything else that we know that they've discovered so far from all that digital evidence?
The text messages, they are listed, some of them are listed in detail, and prosecutors say that the text messages discuss a possible pregnancy, a possible abortion, Plan B, that the many text messages are sexual in nature, and perhaps more importantly, they allege that they had an entire argument via text message where Celeste threatened to discover their relationship, to make it public.
That explains some of the charges, too.
That's, they say, is the motive for murder.
Also, I'm curious, as elaborate as it was, all these steps that allegedly were taken to try to dispose of the body, like there are witnesses or other accomplices that might have also taken part in all of this. And so maybe this will...
That's a question that's been brewing around, too. Did he do this by himself? I mean, to dismember somebody, I mean, you could do by yourself. I know this isn't the movies or anything, but... Did he plot and plan and carry out all this by himself? I mean, if he did, that makes him look 100 times worse.
Come as they continue the investigation?
The investigation is still very active. They're still looking for more evidence. And coming up later on Good Day LA, we'll talk a little bit about the Uber and the text messages that police say David sent to Celeste after she was already dead.
And that kind of stuff happens in the movie too, right? He sent a person that's no longer living a message to make it seem like, well, I was trying to contact her and I didn't know, like basically give himself an alibi, right? I text this person, even though you already know they were gone, you texted to make it seem like you were trying to reach out to them at a time where they would be somewhere else getting deleted when it was really just you. I mean, they can geotag the phones and all that kind of stuff. They can figure out where you were when you sent the message and all that kind of stuff, which I'm pretty sure they will, but oh man, David, if this stuff is true, you ain't never, ever getting out of prison. And you are an evil person. You should be out there. I mean, you're you're right over freaking Diddy and all the rest of them because you actually deleted somebody. So you at the top right now, bro. And if this stuff is true, hey, man, throw the book at his brother. With that being said, y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about David. And again, do y'all believe that he actually committed this crime? Do you think he's capable of doing all this stuff by himself? Or do you think that, you know what, somehow this is possibly unrelated? You know, let me know what y'all think about down in the comment section. All right, and please, as always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Until next time, y'all, remember, reality checks are free. See you next time.